What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Let me switch some stuff. I gotta switch a few things. I switch a few things. Let me get up out of there. Make sure. Make sure my camera is working. If not, then I'm gonna have to go back to this. But make sure everybody can hear me. Can everybody hear me? Man, tuning in. Talk Tuesday. Um, good. Yeah, just wanted to make sure on that. Welcome Instagram Live. Welcome Facebook Live. Welcome YouTube Live. Man, we are certainly gonna jump in and talk about because I wanna kind of get to the questions and everything. So um I know and man, start putting questions into the chat, especially on my Facebookers. I definitely start putting stuff into the chat. For the Instagram folks, I want to just make sure you guys can see me. That would be super helpful. But I want to make sure you guys can see me. That's most important. But yeah, if you can see me, hear me, type in the chat. Yes, I can, and we'll take it from there. It's 9 o'clock, 9:02 to be exact. So, man, I wanted to kind of jump in and show this clip, man. Um, there's a couple things that I've been like following here lately, and there's a couple like stories I've been following lately regarding some disparities. I know specifically in the um, dealing with home ownership from a minority sense, and so it's a big topic. Recently, Navy Federal had released. There's somebody that actually released a news story about Navy Federal, and the stats were like super alarming regarding minority home ownership. And so I was like, man, I needed to like tap in on this because it's crazy. So I'm gonna show this video and see if you guys can see it. So I'm gonna play this
articles like this, especially coming from Navy Fed that already has a horrible reputation amongst real estate professionals in the industry. And for those saying that maybe it wasn't about race and the black folks just weren't as qualified, the study said that wasn't true. I'm so tired of reading about this. It's sad at this point. You guys need to get it together.
Yo, and it's the crazy part. It's 2024. Why are we still dealing with this? Like it's 2023, about to go into 2024. Why are we still dealing with this? Like this is absolutely crazy. Like when I saw this, I was like, as hard as it is already to even qualify for a loan, you literally got companies like Navy Federal, um, and don't get me, I actually bank with Navy Federal. This made me so mad. I almost want to close every single account. Um, I still think I might, man. It is ridiculous. Like this is crazy. Like we do everything we need to do. They say there's a disparity in minority home ownership, specifically culturally black, and so now you're making it even harder for us to even qualify, and we got to make 3 times more money in order to qualify with you versus somebody that makes like $62,000 a year. Like I don't understand it. So it's not only just two of us; it has to be like three times like what one person makes in order to qualify. Man, I think this is ridiculous. Um, I wanted to get everybody's thoughts on this. Man, we already have a problem with minority home ownership as it is, and so the fact that these people are making it even more difficult is crazy. So um I wanted to segue into this because now more than ever, like there are like five things that kind of came about when I had looked into this, and one of them was like historical discrimination. Like they have a history of this. Like this is not nothing new, and these are more mortgage disparities, wealth disparities, access to credit, urban displacement and gentrification, and then educational disparities. Now, with that being said, man, these there are things that we can actually do in order to like eliminate all of these. Um, Number one is to like become more educated on not only just the home buying process, but how to manage your finances in general and how money works. So there's like a ton of books that are out there regarding money. Um, but there's like man, there's like things like there's certain books that you really just need to like read. One of them is called The Millionaire Next Door. Like you need to get that book like yesterday. The Millionaire Next Door. The second book is The Compound Effect. Compound Effect. Okay. And the last book is The Goal Giver. So outside of anything like those books, and I could put those in the chat here in a second, but those books, you read those books, and I'm telling you, it will change your outlook on money, the relationship that you have with money, and gives you a better understanding. That's one educational component. The other thing is like listening to podcasts like the one I have, also tuning in to people that just understand money. There's a bunch of TED Talks out there that talk about managing money. But the biggest thing is, man, dealing with the buying process and the selling process of your home or getting into investing in properties. These things are not like difficult, like to understand. It's just a matter of somebody actually taking the time. And then I had somebody write into the comments on YouTube, the compound effect. Yes, the compound effect. That is the name of the book. Millionaire Next Door, um, and The Goal Giver. So give me a second here, and I'll actually put those into the chat. But yeah, though I'm telling you, those books right there, that really opened my eyes to a lot of possibilities. It actually helped me to begin manifesting certain things in my life. Um, that just that helped me out, helped me to actually navigate things. Um, and I'm glad somebody actually put this into the chat too. Said this is why HMDA on loan application is a very important thing. Loan applications now want applicants to list their race. This helps track and hold leaders accountable for giving equal credit opportunities to all races. Now, given that fact, I've even heard people actually putting different races on applications, which is crazy. You shouldn't even have to do that. Um, but there's no way to track, there's no way to get actual statistical data correct if nobody is putting the right race on there. So that's important. That's really important. Um, but I'm glad you pointed that out. Thank you for that. Thank you for posting that in there. So man, like this is a thing. Like I'm going to give you like a couple keys on that too. So I know we talked to a couple of lenders already on this show, one thing about choosing a lender is also understanding that, man, one thing, if they don't look like you, then just understand you have to set expectations for that particular lender on how they treat you. Um, you are essentially interviewing them to service you. So just understand that if they look like you, you're interviewing them to service you. You're gonna ask for expectations, because I notice it does not matter. Service is one of those things where it can cross all lines. Service is it there's no color to it. It's just effort, and it's just understanding. Period. But outside of that, man, read those books. Understand that that kind of kills that educational disparity part right there. The second of that, with the just another component, is just understanding the wealth aspect of things. Um, that in itself, wealth disparities, access to credit. A lot of times, your realtor, or if your realtor has an investor background, like I do, man, there are so many ways that you can buy a house. You have a traditional mortgage, but each mortgage broker has a ton of options where you can buy either a normal single family house or your first investment property if you just ask. And they can, they can actually go through all the parameters with you, um, and talking about these different programs that they have. There's an investor program right now where it's a DSCR loan. You can get a house 20% down. Um, 20% down. And all they're doing is looking at the income potential of the actual property. In some cases, not all cases, they don't even look at the tax returns of the actual person. They're really looking at the house and what the house would appraise for. And so that is an easy way to get into investing. If you have a little bit of cash, and you just want to jump into it. This is your first house you want to buy. I had a client that actually just did this loan, not even about, probably she did about a month ago. And it was smooth. So now she's an investor. She got her first house. And so those are the type of program. Those are just the little small things that you can find out that help you get more access to credit opportunities to purchase either your first single family house or an investment property. The other one is urban displacement and gentrification. This is a big one because understanding what gentrification is, understanding what urban displacement is key. And so a lot of times we'll say, "Oh man, they like Harlem, for example." I had the opportunity to visit there, and a area in Detroit, just trying to understand affordable housing, um, and other type of, I guess, economic disparity driven, towns. So I'm telling you, there are ways to not necessarily reverse gentrification, but take it on in order to actually, you know, get it back into, the court of the person that's being displaced or left out. And that's kind of that educational disparity component. So, and I'm saying all this to say that, man, there are ways and there are people out here, if you really had to find them, that are fighting against this. There are even programs, city programs, and this is the key right here. There are city programs. If you go down to your local county office, development office, even if you go to the county assessors or go to, I can't think of the name of that. I think it's anywhere in your local city, but your local county office, your development office, man, they have programs that will literally help you either purchase a home or with the existing home that you have, beautify the home, either inside or out. And these are like renovation grants. Like you don't even have to pay this money back. One of the grants, and I'll tell you this. This is my story too. I literally inherited my mother's house. I inherited my mother's house. Man, I was broke. I was so broke. I was so broke. I think I asked the Roach to borrow some money. Like I was broke. I was that broke. So like this is past broke. Um, and actually, thank you. Yeah, I was past broke. So I actually went downtown because a friend of mine told me that all I needed to do was application. My mom's house was in shambles, and so I filled out the paperwork for the grant. This paperwork was so long, and that's usually the intimidating part. But once you filled it out, the lady in the office she helped me finish it out, and then I actually turned it in. I think it was still incomplete, but she actually filled in some of the stuff for me. She helped me out tremendously. And once I turned it in, man, it took a while because it took about maybe probably 4 months before I actually seen, going through the process. But like several contractors came out. They picked one for me based on the bid that they got. Man, they came out, you know, demoed, ripped out, came in, um, fixed everything. And it was crazy. This was a grant, and I didn't even have to pay this back. The only thing I had to do was keep the house for 10 years. 10 years, man, 10 years. And so, and thank you. This is on Facebook. Um, I wish I could see this. I'm gonna start flashing them. I'm gonna start flashing them. But yeah, but so these are just different grants, and this is from Chris Miller. He's giving a lot of gold on here. So yeah, this is a DSCR loan I was talking about. So appraisal. So I'm glad that is being posted on Facebook, guys, especially on Facebook. Here's a grant that we were talking about last week. Midwest City, for anybody who wants to live in Midwest City, $7,500. Like it's yours. They got a home buyer. As a matter of fact, I talked to a client about this today. The home buyers program, $18,000 in grant funds, y'all. Like y'all need to share this with people. Like I'm gonna try to start this. And matter of fact, here's the link right here. Thank you for posting that link. Thank you, Chris, for that. Um, and yeah, so this is amazing. And like I said, I'm gonna show these books again. The Gold Giver, The Compound Effect. Um, those are the books, and then the Millionaire Next Door. Millionaire Next Door. So definitely get those books, man. But I say that also say that there is so many programs that are out here, even for veterans, even for just a regular Joe next door. There are so many programs that the city and the county has a ton of funds every year, and actually they have a yearly budget review meeting. I'm not sure what month it's in, but I know they actually reload for the next following year. Man, January 1, you can take advantage of these programs. You can go down there and see every program that they have. And in some cases, you can sign up for all of them. Um, man, that's good stuff right there. SPCP grant. He says popping right now. Qualify for a conventional loan if you currently live in OKC. If you're moving out of OKC, you can get a $5,000 grant on its 500 appraisal. Man, so stuff like this is invaluable. This is just invaluable right here. I'm going to leave this up for a second because this is really good. Um, and it's only 3%. Oof, that is really good. 500 for a home warranty, $500 towards your appraisal. 6K in free money total. It's only 3% down. I'm sorry, that is a win. Please share this with people, guys. I can't stress that enough. Thank you for that, Chris. Chris was actually on. He was on a couple weeks ago. Um, I'm gonna actually throw this up too. So this is in conjunction with that SPCP grant, 5% in seller concessions too. So that is a complete win. You can almost get in there for little to nothing. Like that is a win. I'm actually might share that with a client. And so this at this point, guys, you can ask your questions because we want to do open questions on that. We got about 10 to 15 minutes left, but get your questions in. Ask me anything regarding home buying or what we talked about tonight. But I want to make sure to keep this like super open for people to ask questions. You can ask them live. That way, people can actually see those too, because it just helps everybody win. And like we said, we're trying to eliminate that educational disparity. Dorothea, man, she said that's a total win, and it is. It really is. Um, yeah, I love that. I love that. This is another one. It's another option too. They have the 1% down conventional program. It's a really solid program as well. USDA. So USDA is also good if you want to live in the rural area. This is even good, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, on this is good for new builds too. So if you want to do new builds in the rural area, but it has to be within outside in the lines of the USDA. So you can actually go on the USDA website to actually look that up. No, you man. Thank you for the polo. All right, that polo shirt popping. That's funny. It said income limits just went up on that program too for USDA. So, um, and I'm sorry. Let me check in on Instagram. I just want to make sure that we are getting everybody's questions answered on Instagram as well. I want to ensure that. Make sure. Just want to make sure. But yeah, any questions you have? Any questions you have? I know the craziest thing too, and I know I try to stay away from the celebrity stuff. But Jonathan Majors, man, like I know we're not talking about this, but I'm going to talk about it. I think he said something. Everybody's on the fence on how they need to feel about him or whatever. But man, this dude, if you read into his profile, he was actually going to use his money to actually do this development project in his hometown. It was going to be major. It was going to be major, y'all. He probably can't do that no more. I don't know. It's going to be a minute. Dude, they even said, what? Rumor says Will Smith is taking over the Kang role. Man, that would be epic though. I could see him as that. Okay, guys. For the USDA, here is the link. Please take that in. This is a link for that USDA to see if your home is eligible in the area, in the rural area. So it just kind of shows you the line if you have the house that you're looking at in that area. I know for Oklahoma, we're talking like deep El Reno, deep Piedmont, far back Edmond in some areas, Guthrie, Choctaw in some of the areas of Choctaw, Blanchard, Kingfisher. Where else? Where else? I'm trying to think. Some parts of Mustang, but I want to say it's like far west. Far west. And he actually said there's parts of Edmond and Piedmont, Newcastle. That's the one I was trying to think of. Newcastle, Blanchard, Tuttle. They all qualify. New Walla, Hera, parts of Yukon. Yeah, parts of Yukon. So that is awesome. Make sure. Yeah, so that is. Yeah, I'm loving that. Loving that. Yeah, El Reno, Spanish for 3. Yeah, I forgot about El Reno too. So yeah, El Reno. But outside of that, guys, man, we want to wrap it up. Now, since this is a holiday special edition, this holiday edition, I wanted to say so next week. Next week there will be a giveaway. A giveaway next week. So, in order to be a part of this giveaway, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like this video, share the other videos. But we're gonna give the rules here. I'm probably gonna send the rules out this Friday. And so anybody that does it this Friday will be entered in a chance to actually win. And so I'll send out the rules Friday. Check my Instagram for the actual rules. I'm gonna post the rules on there and on Facebook. And then after that point, you can enter the win. And just know, it is a very nice item. Very nice item. And I will announce what it's going to be actually on Friday. But just stay tuned for that. But since there are no more questions, and just this last tidbit, he said that Jones and Arcadia are popping right now. 2 Coldwater Creek homes, which I'm definitely familiar with them. They are really good builders in Arcadia. Is that Wade's company? They're really good builders. I think that's Wade's company, but they are really good builders. He builds a phenomenal home. Yeah, check that out. Yep. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that is definitely Wade. Wade is a really good builder. I like him. He's very transparent. He keeps it. He keeps it very transparent with the process and how he does things. So, man, I thank you, Chris. Thank you for your information, man. That is definitely helpful to anybody that is going to watch this. And so, guys, I'm gonna chime out. He said Wade builds his good homes for the dollars they come. So we could do. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He builds a great home as well. So we're gonna bring on some of my partners here in the coming weeks. We're probably gonna last show is probably gonna be next this upcoming Tuesday of the year, and then I will see y'all next year. So outside of that, Merry Christmas, because Christmas is on Monday. I just want to shout out my church too, like People's Church. People's Church on Britton Road, 800 East Britton Road. We're having Christmas services. Please come and join us. It's gonna be fun. I'm actually gonna be singing, and so everybody should definitely come check it out if you can. So at any rate, all right, guys, signing off. Thank you.